check it out. Yeah, you know I'm always fierce in the fashion that I wear. I be studying on my peers. Diamonds glare, make them steer. In the verse, switch your gears. Moving forward, never rear. I don't even look in mirrors. Yeah, you know I'm always fierce. Garments in my closet so fly. They need a passport. Fabric imported from.
Yeah. Welcome, you guys. What's up? Happy Friday, everybody. First Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yes. All right. So thank you guys all at home for joining us. This is First Entertainment Live, episode number 7. We hope that you guys are all safe, healthy, and blessed. I'm Rob Henlin. I got my little sister Jessica with me.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
Got Star Dalton, my sister from another mister.
Hi, everyone.
And DJ Tron, a.k.a. DJ Tronny Blaze, straight out of Atlanta. What's up, DJ Tronny Blaze?
I'm in the house. Let's go.
That's what's up. So if you guys are just joining us and this is your first time, you can definitely go to YouTube and check out our past episodes. Especially, there's also all kinds of links of our past events. So definitely go over there and check it out and subscribe.
Yes. And tonight we want you to get interactive. So as you're watching the show, please chime in, talk with us, use the comments, use the share button, click those hearts and those likes. We're going to pull you right on into the conversation.
No doubt. And of course, you know, if you want to show some love, we like all kinds of love, but you could definitely show some Cash App love. All right.
Yes.
So at fierceentertainment.com. That's my little plug. It's a little plug. Cool. All right. So today it's been a tough week. It's been a tough week for everybody at home.
Yes.
And I wanted to dedicate this show to America. You know, not the America that we're in now, but the America that we hope to see in the near future. All right. So if you guys, I want you guys, everybody that's listening, drop a peace sign in the comments. Drop a peace sign in the comments. And that's the America that we want to see. You represent the America we want to see. We want to see peace for everybody. So drop your peace signs in the comments. Thank you.
That's a good one. I hope I see a lot of peace signs tonight. Y'all get right on involved.
Yes.
Some love.
Yeah. So shout out to San Trigo, our friend, and Terrence Ramses. He was our guest last week. Mr. Pineapple. Yes. And you guys will probably see his video tonight. So check out his video from last week's clip. We're dropping that tonight. So, cool. So how are you guys doing at home? How are you guys? I mean, Team Fierce. How are you guys doing, man? Tron, you're in Atlanta. I know, you know, things are going crazy, and you know, the CNN building and all that stuff. Are you safe? What's going on? Give us
I'm safe. You know, there's a lot of civil unrest, and you know, people definitely have their right to protest and voice their opinion. But at the end of the day, I feel like we as a country, we need to come together. You know, whatever it takes. You know, if we need some reform in the government and the police, what have you, even people need to do a better job of controlling themselves. But at the end of the day, we all need to come together. We're one. Definitely.
And you know, once again, this is not a political show. This is an entertainment show. But I mean, I can't ignore the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? So people are out there hurt. People are angry. People are upset. People want change. And we hope just for tonight, just for a little bit, that we could bring a smile to your face. We could bring you some mental wealth, and we could bring you some positive energy. All right. And I hope you guys at home drop those peace signs in the comments, because I need that energy from you. Right. So, Star, we have a beautiful lineup today. We got some great people. I'm very excited about today's show. Could you tell us who we have going on today?
We have, as always, we have so many great talents that are going to be on the show. We actually have a reality star tonight, Carolyn Rivera. She was on Survivor. So that's pretty cool. We have Michelle Archiela. She's a singer. She's in the beauty world. Many of you will know her. Chalo, he is a popular photographer. We have Laquinta. We're going to be seeing what she's cooking tonight. And then Mogel Clothing, he is a past Fashion Edge winner, and his style is amazing.
Yes.
Awesome.
So excited
Awesome.
for tonight.
Cool. And so, Jessica, you have a co-star that's going to be helping you with the mental wealth today. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes.
What's going on?
I'm so excited. So I get to bring in a good friend of ours, Team Fierce,
Yes.
talking about, you just said like a bubbly spirit and positivity. Lori is one of the most positive people I know. People say that I smile all the time. Lori smiles all the time. I think it's
Yes.
fitting. So let's bring in our good friend, Lori.
Hey, Lori, what's
Lori.
going on?
How you doing?
How's it going?
Welcome.
All right. So thank you for being backstage. I know Jessica say you smile all the time, and I think I brought a few tears to your eyes, but I apologize for that. But
Yeah, I got a little emotional there.
right. But it's okay because you're not alone. You're not alone. There's a lot of emotion that's going on throughout the country right now, and and that's what we need. And we need to figure out different ways to deal with it. And the way that people deal with it varies from, I guess, the way that their background depends on their background, their upbringing. But what we saw on TV and what we're seeing now, there's a lot of unrest that's going on through the city, and not just our city, but throughout the nation and the country and other countries. But I get knowing your personality can kind of help you figure out how to deal with such issues, and I think you're going to talk to us a little bit about that today, right?
Yeah. So I teach psychology part-time, and my students are always intrigued by an assessment that I give that's called the Myers-Briggs. The Myers-Briggs assessment is a personality assessment that you answer honestly, gives you a 4-letter acronym that reveals a lot about your personality. In reference to Fierce, it can let you know what your fashion style is. So that could be helpful for models like Star and the models that she works with, fashion designers, or anybody in the fashion industry. And then also in thinking about what America's going through right now, it kind of gives you some insight into how you can cope with certain situations creatively. So for example, my Myers-Briggs is I'm an extrovert, surprise, surprise. And so one of the ways that I'm coping with what's going on right now is that I've been very involved in the community, starting an Embracing Cultural Diversity group with the teachers locally where I live in Melbourne. And that's my way to cope with this situation that's so challenging, is I have to be outwardly focused. People that have a personality that maybe is an I that's an introvert, they may decide to write. So they may be an advocate. They may be sharing posts on Facebook, writing. They may write articles. They may be more introverted in how they cope with the situation, but that's the way that their personality allows them to deal with it.
Nice. And I got to give a quick shout out to my dad for dropping that peace sign. Shout out, Dad. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. And if you're listening at home, we're dedicating this show today for peace and for the America that we want to live in. So go ahead and drop that peace sign to show that you're with us in that journey of making this America. All right. My wife just came in and dropped me a peace sign, so I got that. I got a fist going. All right, cool. So
I love what Lori's doing, and with the Myers-Briggs assessment, she had us take the assessment, so she's going to kind of share what that looks like.
Yeah. So, what I did is I gave the assessment to a few of the Fierce members, and I was able to tell them what famous actor, actress, or well-known person out there had their personality. So in the group, we have somebody, and I'm not going to mention any names. I'll let the audience try to figure it out before I reveal it, that has the personality of Beyonce.
Wow.
So, and you know,
I think it's Tron.
It could be female, it could be male. What do you guys think?
I think it's Tron. Beyonce all the way. That's me, Tron.
Well, I mean, I know I got a couple dance moves that I can do. And I got a fan right here, so you know when Beyonce sings, her hair is blowing in the wind all the time. So my hair. Kind of, you know.
All I gotta say to that is
So will the real Beyonce show her hands where the ring's missing?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So she thinks she's Beyonce. Wait, tell me about this. How did that happen? How did that happen?
So now when she observes how Beyonce makes decisions, she and even her wardrobe, I'd be curious to see. Do you feel, Jessica, when you see Beyonce in a video, that some of her choice in attire would be something you pick? Not the drunken love. Okay, we're talking like other stuff.
No, I'm always looking at her moves, you know, and when I'm home in my own, you know, privacy, I feel like I can move like her. So I can figure it.
Prove it.
I was surprised that it said that I'm introverted. I was like, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. But and Lori, you can tell us about how the combinations kind of change what you think it is. So it's like I'm introverted, but also I like social events.
Yeah, and thinking about Jessica, because I've known Jessica for a couple of years now, I do see why she has the eye. When there's events, if someone has to speak, as knowledgeable and as much of a leader as she is, and we all know she is, she would rather let Rob speak than her speak. And that's the introverted side of her. And even though she knows that when she does that, everybody's going to say, is that your wife? And he has to say, no, that's my sister. Still allows Rob to speak. And so that's the introverted side. I wanted to point out that Star made an interesting comment that maybe could be something to look at for a future show. Star pointed out that when she looked at her results, she felt that they were very similar to her astrological horoscope sign. And so as a result, I talked to a person in astrology, and he said he would be willing to come in on a different show to talk about astrology, but he's in the UK, and he said he'd be willing to do it. But all of that because of Star's insight, because after Star said that, I started researching, and I was like, how interesting is I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but there does seem to be a correlation in the results based on your astrological sign and your personality. So thanks, Star, for pointing that out, because it's giving me food for thought to like compare that. If you want to share what you saw.
I mean, it just things that I was reading just reminded me of parts of, I'm a Capricorn. So I've met a lot of Capricorns, and a lot of them are leaders. They work hard, social. You know, I love my fashion, and then when I was reading the results, it said that I'm a fashion lover. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. So, Lori, we have some of the combinations that you see, the Myers-Briggs type indicator.
Yes.
Just wanted to put that out because you assigned it to fashion as well.
Yes. So based on your 4-letter acronym, it could talk about how you respond when you're deciding what to wear. And so if you have more of an extroverted personality, you could be more of a risk taker with what you choose. If you're introverted, you may take more time to make sure that you're making the right decisions, so you're more detailed. And so it does have an impact on how you choose your wardrobe, or what you choose to wear to specific events, or how you want to portray yourself to others.
Very nice, very nice.
All right, well, let's get to try to.
I want to point out real quick that Rob, I hope he's okay with me saying this. It's probably one of the most interesting assessments that I've analyzed because he has a combination of William Shakespeare, Derek Jeter, and Roberto Clemente, which is a baseball player.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He's a Renaissance man.
Hey, I'm a poet, and you didn't even know it.
Oh, shoot. Well, Lori, thanks for doing that with us. I know you're going to hang out with us and talk a little bit more about Myers-Briggs with some of our upcoming guests. Now, Tron, I think he didn't share his personality type, did you, Tron? But
I didn't. But what I did was I created an acronym.
Okay.
So I'll let you guess the acronym. So the first word in the acronym is trying. You know, we as a people, we need to try harder to understand each other. The second one is a remedy. So we need a remedy for everything that's happening here. You know, let's resolve. Onward thinking. What happens next?
Oh, okay.
And the last word or phrase is never give up.
Nice.
So as much as we are doing what we're doing, continue to be persistent. And the acronym is TRON. Trying, remedy, onward thinking, never give up.
Wow.
Cool.
I love it.
Wow. Like
That was nice. All right.
Awesome.
So Tron's dropping knowledge. I think it's time for him to drop the question of the day.
Question of the day.
All right.
What exactly is your favorite movie? Not only what is your favorite movie, but why?
All right,
So
we're gonna think about
the
it.
panel here.
We're gonna think about it. Jessica, drop the video. Let me think about it.
Let's open up.
All right, Tron. All right. Okay. So favorite movie.
Favorite movie.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. I'm gonna start with Star.
You always picking on me. Okay, so with movies, there's only been a couple in my life that I've watched more than once. And there's one that comes to mind. It's been a while, so I might mess up the title. I think it's Eat, Pray, and Love, and it had Julia Roberts in the movie. I liked it a lot because this woman was soul searching, and it showed her going through different relationships and her growth and her spiritual growth throughout her journey in life. So that's my favorite movie.
Nice.
Very
All right,
nice.
ladies first. We'll go with Lori next.
All right. So for me, it would be a tie. But I'm going to go with one that maybe a lot of people haven't heard of called August Rush. So I love the movie August Rush. Robin Williams is actually in the movie. But it's a powerful movie, and it talks about the impact of music. And there's a little boy in the movie that holds on to hope, reunited with his parents, but he reunites with them with music. So I think everyone should watch that movie. I don't want to give it away, but it's a great movie.
Wow.
Great.
nice.
Awesome. All right. Next with the ladies first theme, Miss Jessica.
So I love a lot of movies. I'm picking a movie that stars Jada Pinkett Smith, Lorenz Tate, Vanessa Bell Calloway, and a lot of great artists from back in the day. And I'm going to show you why I picked this movie.
Beach near the end of town. Yeah, I know where that is. Come on. I'm game. Okay. Well, this is gonna be a safe ride. Get on. Just get on. Okay.
Is that you?
Who was that?
So if you zoomed in, like really, really close, you you can see that that was me in the leading role of Crossing the Street with my best friend Charlene. That movie is called The Inkwell, and that's based in Martha's Vineyard, which I hope one day I can go there. And it's a great, great movie. Those are a few things that they filmed in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And when I was in high school, everybody was in that movie.
Unfortunately, at the same time, that's when I was at boot camp, so I actually missed it, and I missed the opportunity to be Jada Pinkett Smith. But that movie, right after I went through boot camp and training and everything, and that was actually the movie that I took my wife on our first date. So it was cool. So it came out. By the time I came out of the Army, I started dating my wife. That was our very first date. So interesting.
Nice.
Cool.
Crazy. I learned about Jessica is a movie star. I didn't even know it. She's been on Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
I'm quiet about it.
Like, wow.
And Morris Chestnut, I forgot to mention. Morris Chestnut's in there.
Oh.
Check it out. It's a good throwback.
I just want to know if I could get an autograph. That's all I need. All right. Up next, my brother from another mother.
What's up?
Rob, what you got?
Okay, it's the best movie of all times. Coming to America. Coming to America, hands down. It's funny. When it came out, it was a classic. Eddie Murphy did things that nobody else has done at that time. It was, he played like several different characters. The storyline, it was funny. It's funny to this until this day. If you check it out, you're gonna have a laugh. So, Coming to America, the Princess Zamunda. That's my favorite.
All right, I have to answer the question myself.
All right,
Rob, you stole my answer.
I told you. It was the greatest movie of all time. I told you.
There's so many things about that movie that I love. For one, that it was based in Queens, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
Number two, there was a cultural fusion. So you had the African culture, the American culture.
Yes.
And number three was a lot of actors got their break in that movie. Cuba Gooding Jr. was in that movie.
Oh, wow.
Samuel Jackson was in that movie.
Yeah.
So if you really go back and look now, you'll see a lot of big time celebrities, actors that were in that movie back in 1980. I'm not gonna say my age.
Samuel L. Jackson was the guy that got beat up in the McDonald's. At the McDowell's.
McDowell's.
Yeah. Oh man, cool. So that was awesome. Guys, so I want to take a quick pause to we don't have a sponsor for today, but we do have somebody that showed some love and sent in some masks, Londa Masani. So this is the mask that she made for Star.
Aww,
beautiful.
Beautiful. Wow.
Now I gotta rock a mask
with the pink. Yeah, so I'll come back. So I have to deliver that. This is the one for Jess.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
So shout out to Londa Masani, and we gotta definitely show her some love. Check her out. Check out her website, her Instagram page, or Facebook, and she definitely a talented designer and is doing some great stuff. So
thank you so much, Londa.
Yes. So Angela says she loves it. What's up to Miss Angela Pasilico? How you doing? Shout out to her. So she actually knows one of the guests that's coming up, right?
I have a fun fact about Angela. I met her. I used to teach Zumba in Palm Beach, and she was one of my students.
Wow.
And when I was at your event where she was a judge, I was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" She's like, "I'm a judge." I didn't even know. Doing all that, yeah.
That is crazy.
I can imagine her shaking it.
Oh man.
Dance class now. She was just telling us.
She said Zumba. We have to bring her back to do a showcase, a Zumba showcase. Miss Angela Pasilico. I didn't know you was out there doing Zumba. So if you guys are just tuning in, once again, we're dedicating this show to the America that we want to see in the future. we're asking all of you guys to drop peace signs. So if you're with us in this journey to change this world that we live in now, and we want to make some changes, you guys know what's going on out there. We want you to drop that peace sign, and it's all about unity. But right now, we're going to change it up. I want to get some. We're going to set the mood with DJ Tronny Blaze.
That's all right, y'all. Y'all ready?
All right. Let's get ready for Mini Mix.
Joining us tonight in
Y'all, it's DJ Tron, and you know what we need? The one thing we need right now is UNITY. Let's go. Unity, y'all. Let's get it.
All right. Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you for that, Tron. That was it. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Wow. That was amazing. All right. Well, before we bring in our next guest, our first official guest, because Laura, you're part of the first team, so you're not a guest, you're family. I want to shout out, Miss Andrea Patrick Forte, the owner of a national-wide distributed magazine, Gladys Magazine. I heard she's watching, so just wanted to say, shout out to Miss Andrea Patrick Forte. Hope you enjoy the show. We hope that you drop a peace sign in the comments because, we're dedicating this show to peace. All right. And without further ado, go ahead, Jessica. Sorry.
Let me just jump right in. Star was talking about some of her favorite merch. And, it's been raining a little bit, so it's perfect to wear this piece of merch that she wanted to highlight. So what is it, Star?
So that's true. So everybody knows that our logo is a fierce lion. And we have a lot of merchandise that I actually rock like on an everyday basis. My favorite is our hoodies. And my favorite one is the black and gold. Yeah, I wear it to the gym. I wear it when I'm walking the dog. It has pockets, whatnot, where I can put my phone and my keys. My dog is crazy, so I have to keep my hands free for her. And those that have seen or met my dog, they know she's loving but crazy. So about my favorite hoodie, it's basically unisex apparel. It's poly with a cotton blend, and it comes in all sizes, small through 5X. So pretty much everybody can wear it, and it comes in many colors as well. I have pretty much every color: the pink, the white, red. But I rock that black one. I love it. I get stopped all the time and asked about it. So you can always go to alwaysfierce.com, and you can get that. You can get socks, pillows, you name it. But again, you're gonna love that hoodie.
Yeah, I'm always fierce in the fashion that I wear. I be stunting on my peers. Diamonds glare, make them steer. In the vert, switching gears. Moving forward, never rear. I don't even look in mirrors. Yeah, I'm always fierce. Yeah, I'm always fierce in the fashion that I wear. I be stunting on my peers. Diamonds glare, make them steer. In the vert, switching gears. Moving forward, never rear. I don't even look in mirrors. Yeah, I'm always fierce.
To the attire, keep it fresh like it's required. Stay getting drippy till the day my life expire.
Nice. All right. That was dope. So you guys, we popped up in with the new guest. Miss Carolyn Rivera, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So
I got my peace sign.
All right.
Yes.
Jump in your peace sign. Awesome. All right. So before we officially bring you in, right? I just wanted to ask you a question. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? I think my favorite movie is a classic from back in the day, and it's The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why I like that movie is because it shows the transition from where we were and where we went in terms of black and white and color. I think that's one of the first movies that made that transition. And I love to look at movies that, obviously I love a lot more movies, but that I think to me is my all-time favorite.
Awesome. All right. So this is what we're going to do because I want to give you the proper introduction, the introduction that you deserve, that our audience need to know who we're talking to. So let's drop that proper introduction.
Right when we got to the reward challenge,
Jeff was kind of pumping Rodney for information on how he was feeling, because Rodney has never gone on a reward challenge. And, although he's not the only survivor that ever has not been on a reward, it's happened in many seasons prior. But listen, I feel for him. It's not something that I would want to go 33 days without any rewards. But, it happens. You got to get on the winning team. You gotta, put forth 158,000% of energy every time you're in a challenge in order to win it.
Okay, so today we're talking about turning challenges into opportunities. And every day we're faced with challenges. Challenges that are nuances, challenges that seem overwhelming, challenges that are life-changing. I'm Carolyn Rivera. I'm president of CJR Leadership Strategies. I've worked in corporate America for the last 30 years. I do inspirational and motivational speaking. I do leadership training and training on all sorts of business topics.
All right. Miss Carolyn Rivera, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So when you hear that song, I'm a survivor, that's you.
That's me.
You're a survivor, a real life survivor.
That's
yes.
Wow.
Wow.
I was going to wear it today, but it didn't match.
Do it. So do you guys do you guys do Zoom meetings now and everything now that Zoom reunions?
We do. Yes.
Right? I knew the answer to that.
Right before season 40 just ended in May, like a couple of weeks ago. And before every Wednesday night, before the episode started, we would do a Zoom call with like 50 survivors. It was awesome. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what quarantine life does to you. Zoom.
Wow.
They're like a family now.
Yes.
They're family.
Yes.
Because once you go through that type of experience, it's like, nobody else can relate to it. It's like, so you guys have like a bond, kind of like, that goes beyond, right? I'm assuming. Like I said, I couldn't.
Oh, yeah. It's like every person that's been on Survivor knows what it's like, to be out there starving, to be out there freezing, to be out there with people you don't know, all vying for that one spot. So, I mean, we've all been through it. And so, we can talk about different aspects of the game together. Like, oh, I remember when I was I was starving, and they would say this. I had 70 mosquito bites within the first day.
Wow. And so you're a good friend of ours. You've been to several of our social events, and we definitely love your support and we love you. But when you played the game, the Survivor game, you were kind of a beast. I mean, you had to be, right? I mean, you're a nice lady. You're a nice lady, but
I was the oldest competitor on my season, so I was competing against people 30 years younger than me.
Right.
And so, I had to figure out, listen, there were people that obviously were stronger than me and faster than me. But from my perspective, I did whatever I had to do. I was the only woman on my season to ever win an individual immunity challenge.
Wow. Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I didn't know how to make fire, but hey.
Okay. So I'm curious because you were kind enough to do the personality.
J-Lo, baby.
J-Lo. All right. Okay. All right. So Lori, tell us a little bit about Carolyn.
So now that she brought up the fact that her actress that she had shared the same personality with was J-Lo. If you look at J-Lo as far as being someone who is a real go-getter, She's a calculated leader, and she doesn't mind working 24 hours a day to make sure her concerts are perfect. And so I dare to say that Carolyn probably puts that much effort before the Survivor, before she competes. She probably gives 150%. So she has that personality where she's real competitive and she's in it to win it.
Wow. Wow. So okay. So is that you? So is that all you? Is it true?
That's kind of true. Yeah, it's all me. Yeah. It's funny because just what was it, last week or the week before that, I did this online, game with about 20 other survivors, and you win absolutely nothing. Okay, so it's just for the fun of it, right? And I did not win the game, and when I got voted out, I was livid, and I'm thinking, okay, chill out, girlfriend. You got the same exact prize as the winner.
Nothing.
I'm so curious though how you go from a reality show to being on TED Talks. That's like amazing. Like I've never talked to anybody that's been on TED Talks. So tell me about how that came to be.
Well, it's funny because I've been doing leadership training and working in the corporate environment for my entire career. And then after Survivor, I actually quit my job and opened up my own company so that I could do, what I love to do for, all different companies and all different people, and do executive coaching and all of that, and write a book. So once I finished my book, I was really trying to get to do a TED Talk because, it's just kind of like the best thing that you could ever want to do if you're a speaker, right? So I was filling out applications and trying. And just like on Survivor, it took me 4 years and 9 videos. It took me 2 years and I don't know how many phone calls. But I got my TED Talk and I was really super excited about it. Yeah.
Nice. And so your background, I know you have your master's degree. I have my master's in management and leadership, but what is do you also have a management?
I have an MBA, and then I have a master's in human resources.
In human resources. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you're doing like my dream job. Your real job is kind of like my dream job, so if you ever need a sidekick to come out with you and different stuff, I'm qualified. I'm just telling you. That's why I dropped my credentials. My bachelor's is in organizational management. This is my job interview. And my master's is in management and leadership. All right. So if you need a sidekick, I'll just be there, and you can do all the talking. I'll be like Tron. I'll be a hype man. I'll be like, yeah. Word up. What she said. Say it again.
Can we just send him to Survivor instead? That
Hey,
put him in the wilderness.
I'll be voted right out, so I'll be right back. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh man. Cool. So one of the things that I found out about you recently, that you have a cool nickname.
I do.
Is that the nickname that you got on Survivor?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Mama C. They call me Mama C because I was the mama, and my name begins with a C. So and the funny thing is it stuck. Like my kids call me Mama C now.
Wow.
That's a cool name. So can we call you Mama C, or would that be like disrespect?
You can call me Mama C, yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just wanted to check.
Call her Mama Sita. You can call her Mama C, but not
Mama Sita.
No. I can't do that.
My Twitter handle is somebody had Mama C, so I had to do Mama C _14. But yeah.
Okay. And you got at Carolyn J. Rivera 14 as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's my Instagram. Yeah.
That's your Instagram. Okay.
I came too late to the Mama C party.
To the Mama C party. So for Survivor, there's like mega fans out there. Do you get like recognized in the street, and do you get like bum rushed and stuff like that? Paparazzi following you?
I mean, not anymore. When I first got off the show, I was, I was recognized a lot because people had just finished watching it, and now I mean, when people see me and they're Survivor fans, they know me, and they're like, "Oh my God, your Mama Say." But you know, there's a lot of people. There's only probably like 10 million people that are Survivor fans these days. It might be more based on this season. So yeah, it's not like the J-Lo paparazzi where they're yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We definitely appreciate you. And your schedule is crazy busy with everything that you do. Don't forget me when with your next gig once this pandemic.
I will not forget you.
I'm like the best hype man. Oh, let's see that.
Promote my book.
Let's zoom in on that.
7 Secrets to Winning. And not only do I talk about some Survivor stuff in here, but I don't know if you can see it, but Sandra Diaz-Twine, who is a 2-time Survivor winner, and there are 10 more Survivor winner quotes in my book as well.
Okay. So how can we find that book? So
you're going to want it.
How can we find that?
You can go on Amazon. You can go on my website at carolinjrivera.com. It's on both.
And it's called Plant a Flag. I can't.
Plant Your Flag.
Plant Your Flag. Okay.
To winning.
To winning. All right.
Yes.
All right.
And
I like
it's
that.
actually a book on leadership. So.
All right. So I have to add that to my collection. So how much is the book on Amazon?
$17.99.
Okay, $17.99. You froze a little.
Yeah, $17.99.
Okay, that's not bad at all. All right,
yeah.
All right. Everybody wants to be a winner, and Carolyn, you definitely are a winner. So thank you, Mama C, for being here with us. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce. Okay.
Yes, you too. Take care.
Right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Very
cool.
Amazing.
That was awesome. All right, so now it's time. We're gonna bring up our next guest, he's actually a friend of mine. Served in the Army together. Let's bring in Frankie.
Getting complaints, Hector. 45 minutes to cook one order of chicken Alfredo.
What do you want me to do, Benny? The boy left. Now the cooks are having to do the dishes.
It's impossible to find good help.
Frankie.
Hey,
what's going on?
All right.
Cool. So I know last week. Introduce you guys to Team Fierce. This is my good friend Frankie Saverio from the Dominican Republic.
That's right. Yeah,
Dominicano. Yeah. So we served. We met in Honduras in like 1999, 1998.
Don't say that too loud.
Yeah. So we did a tour over there together and became good friends. And back then, New York Undercover was out. And so they had the black guy and the Spanish guy, and then everybody was calling us New York Undercover when we walked around. So that's my New York Undercover brother. Cool. So thank you for taking time to be on our show today, man. It's been a while. I always like bringing in our military brothers on when I can get a chance to, especially to introduce them to my Fierce family. But so you came out, and I know we joke on you a lot, but you did like 2 roles, like. Your first 2 roles are like military roles. So you go into acting, but you were kind of like playing yourself, right?
Exactly. Once I retired from the military, I was offered to play one of the feature extras for a movie called, a mini series for the National Geographic called The Long Road Home. And so that was the first. I had no acting, skill whatsoever. I was like, dude, how hard can this be to be a soldier? I've been doing it for the past years.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was great because I worked next to Noel Fisher from Shameless. I mean, I worked with a lot of well-known actors, and they were very cool and down to earth, and it kind of made the the acting a lot easier than what I thought. So, but it was great.
Wow. So, and you've been, you get us jealous a little bit because you're taking pictures with all these celebrities. Who are some of the people that you got to work with?
I worked with let's see, and there's quite a few.
I know you did.
Lopez, Mario Lopez.
Yes.
The
You did,
Beckham family. I have Sarah Wayne Callie from the Walking Dead, Prison Break. Now she's in a show called The Colony. I mean, there's some Michael Kelly from Law and Order. I mean, there's a whole bunch of great guys out there that is just amazing. In fact, Ricky Martin, well.
Oh.
She bang.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And so and there's another guy. I was trying to think. There was the guy with the big mustache. Carolyn
from the Sun.
Yes.
It's Pierce, Brosnan Pierce.
Brosnan Pierce, yes. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Yeah, I worked with him with the Sun. Yeah,
yes.
Definitely a good guy. He's a little older and he moves a little slower, but definitely a good down to earth guy.
So what's your favorite memory?
I would say Eva Longoria's wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, Vanessa Williams sang, and it was just great to see a lot of famous actors and singers out there, and hearing I'm just a normal guy. It's
wow.
Like, okay.
Wow. So see guys, if you're watching at home, the military could take you places. And
right.
So before Tron gets into you, Tron's about to ask you the question of the day, but before Tron does that, I want to remind everybody at home that we're dedicating this show to peace and unity, the America that we want to see, the America that we want to be in. So go ahead and drop those peace signs if you're with us, if you're watching at home, if you believe in that, drop that peace sign so that we could pop it up on there and join us on this journey. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's the question of the day: what's your favorite movie? Not just what's your favorite movie, but why?
Okay. I would have to say Top Gun. And the reason being is because Tom Cruise at the beginning, he's this cocky, non-team player type of guy, and then by the end of the movie, he becomes humble and no longer, that type of person that just wants to, hey, look, I'm better than you, so I don't need you to be my wingman. I don't need to be your wingman because I'm better than you. So, but at the end of the movie, he becomes this humble person that says, you know what? I will be your wingman, and I will, I'll be your teammate at the end. And so that kind of hit me because, sometimes we think we're better than other people, but we do realize that in order for us to succeed in life, we need to have a wingman, and we also have to be a wingman for that person. So that's my favorite. Yeah.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah, people at home, they're chiming in too. So if you have a favorite movie, go ahead and chime in. We want to know what your favorite movie is. Yeah. All right. So Frankie, thank you so much for hanging out with us today, man. Thank you for being a good sport. Top Gun. I remember back in Honduras, you was a little conceited and everything. So that I could see, I could see why you was so conceited and everything. But now you're kind of humble. So I see why you picked that movie.
Yeah. By the way, Fear the Walking Dead season 6, episode 2. Look out for me because I'm also there too.
The Walking Dead
soon.
Okay, Walking Dead season 6, episode 2. What do you play? A zombie?
I play one of the village or the camp personnel. You can't miss. I'll be there eating from a can.
All right, cool. So we might have to do a watch party with you on.
Oh, that'd be dope.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it together. All right. Take care, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce.
You too, brother.
All right. So once again, if you guys are watching from home, I want you to stay tuned. We got two more special guests, actually three. We're getting into a little bit of fashion, but before we get into fashion, we're going to do some music.
Let's bring it.
Come on, everybody. Bidi bidi bum bum. Bidi bidi bum bum. Bidi 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 bum. Ah, bidi 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 bidi. Cada vez. Eso, manos arriba, todo el mundo. Cada vez que lo veo pasar.
All right.
Hey.
Michelle, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Good. So Michelle is another good friend of ours, and she's been supporting us for several years. So we want to thank you, right? And then we want to zoom in. So Michelle is she's the fierce lion, right? That's what you said. You're the fierce lion. She's the fierce mascot, right? Cool. So we saw that intro, and you are actually you work as a Salida impersonator, but as well as singing, you do your own thing. But some of you guys that's watching at home might remember her from way back, because I remember when the first time I met her, I'm like, she looks familiar. She looks familiar. Then the second time we started talking, and I found out that you were actually a contestant on P. Diddy's Making the Band. Is that correct?
Yes, in 2006, when Club Paris was in existence downtown.
Ooh,
yes.
Club Paris.
Yes, I remember that.
It was an amazing experience. Out of 5,000 girls that auditioned, I was in the top 10 to go to New York to be in the group that became. So it was a big accomplishment.
Because you are almost in that group, right?
Yes.
And then the next group after was the one that had to walk across the bridge to get the cheesecake. So luckily you wasn't in that.
Exactly.
They had to go from Queens. Right. Tron knows about that. Right, Tron?
I like my cheesecake.
Yeah. So they went from Queens. They went over the bridge to Junior's in Brooklyn. Shout out Brooklyn to get some cheesecake, right? So luckily you didn't have to do that. So what was the craziest thing that you did have to do on that show?
On Making the Band, well, like I said, there was about 5,000 people that auditioned, and to get into the top 10, you had to sing with music, without music, you had to dance freestyle, you had to follow a routine. So it was a lot that was involved in
Oh, we lost you for a second. You said there was a lot that was involved?
Yes. In the process of getting selected.
Oh, wow. So, and you also dropped an album a couple years ago, right? Your own album?
It's an original.
What's the name of it?
Who Do You Say That I Am? And it has 4 songs on it, 4 original songs that I wrote. My songs are available on iTunes and Spotify. And they're all songs that have a really positive, inspiring message.
Right, and you're like a very positive person. Everywhere that you go, you bring good energy, and that's what this show is about. Because everybody on this show is picking me up because I've been down this whole week, and so I appreciate your energy. And I heard you're going to sing a little bit of something for us, right?
Yes, I'll sing a little bit of a little piece of one of my songs. The song "Run to You." The song kind of talks about like I'm not gonna wait and just walk it out. I'm gonna run. So it says, I'm not gonna walk. I've waited too long. Oh, I'm gonna run to you, run to you.
Nice, beautiful. So I mean, that's the teaser. If you want to hear the rest, you got to get the album, right?
Yes. Download it on iTunes and Spotify.
Yes. All right. Who Do You Say That I Am? iTunes and Spotify. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for bringing your positive energy and blessing us with your voice.
You guys.
And did you do the personality test as well?
I did not. I didn't get
You
the.
you didn't get
I
it?
guess I didn't check
Okay.
my email.
No, that's all right. But
No.
I would. But Tron has a question
I
for
was
you.
There you
waiting to
go.
tell you your favorite
All
movie,
right.
though.
So we need to know what your favorite movie is and why.
I love Will Smith, so The Pursuit of Happiness, definitely.
Oh, that's
That
great.
movie
Wow.
was
That's a good one.
for
Wow.
any parent. I think it hits really close to home that you do whatever it takes,
Yep.
to put food on the table and provide for your children and give them a good life. So I like the story behind that.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Very
absolutely.
That's a
I actually just watched that movie 2 days ago.
Man, but
Wow.
with Will Smith, how do you pick, man? If you're a Will Smith fan, he has.
I
I mean,
love
he
him.
has. Yeah, he has a couple that flopped, but he has most of his movies are just amazing. He's a great actor.
Amazing to have a message, and that one especially that touched me.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. I like
All right.
your pick too, Star, though, with Eat, Pray, Love. That movie is really good.
Yeah, it really would touch my heart and really affect me emotionally. I loved it.
Yeah.
Cool. So thank you again, Michelle.
But thank you guys so much again. Always an honor and a pleasure to be with you guys.
All right. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce. All right.
You guys too. Thank you.
Bye, Michelle.
All right. So now it's time for some high fashion photography. This next guest is a fashion trainer. He's done all kinds of stuff. He's in San Jose, Costa Rica right now, and that's where he's living. Let's bring in Chalo. Chalo.
Hey.
Hi, Johnny.
How you doing?
How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing great.
So great to finally connect with you. So we've been trying to work with you for like 2-3 years now, man, and we just couldn't get it going, huh?
I know, but we're here.
We're here today. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being patient. And so you are so much. I mean, you're an amazing photographer. We saw these pictures, but you're so much more than a photographer. You do, tell us a little bit more. You do training. You do all kinds of stuff. You develop talent. You develop designers.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so basically, one of the things that I work on, and I've been working on for a long time, is trying to lift up new faces onto fashion and onto glamour and lifestyle and commercial modeling. So basically, that is called portfolio development, right? Where I try to bring the best from a new talent into a new stage, and trying to connect that talent with the network of people that I know, and that way, help someone else and move forward to the next person and so on. So that's one of the things that I do. The other thing I do, and I love in doing, is editorials, fashion editorials with fashion designers, rather new or recognized fashion designers. I've been doing that a lot lately. And y'all hear my cat in there?
I was going to ask you. Somebody,
What's going on?
I think somebody was killing the cat.
What's happening?
Wow.
And, you know what? And I saw Tron keep putting his foot down. So I thought he was stepping on the cat or something underneath his DJ booth.
That's good though. He sounds good.
The cat is acting up.
Yeah. So Yeah. So basically, one of the important parts for me is to show what the talents that people have. That's one of my goals, right? That's why um, when I work with fashion designers, I like to get close to what they do. Because sometimes you can see a dress, for instance, and you see it as a whole. But if you get close to it and you zoom through it, and you get that detail, you see that detail, you can start thinking about the amount of hours and love that person, that designer puts into something they are creating. It's beautiful. So one of the things that I believe it's important is to expose the time and love that you put for everything you create, right? And I'm talking about designers, and I'm also talking about the models. So yeah, that's one of the things I enjoy.
Cool. And you like cats?
I love cats. She's just I don't know what's wrong with her. She's just standing right in front of me, and she as soon as you announce me, she's just like going crazy, right? She's like, hey.
She's like, hey, she wants to be on camera. That's what it is. She's like, you're hogging the spotlight.
You always get the
Yeah,
she's auditioning.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah,
show us the cat. Like, show us
Let's see the cat.
Let me show it. See what this
we got to see the cat. Okay. So we got proof. There is a cat.
What's the cat's name?
She just wanted to be here. So, anyways.
What's the cat's name?
Callie.
Callie.
Yeah.
So cute.
So, go ahead.
No, I mean, I want to thank you all, Fierce Entertainment, and for allowing me to be here. It's again, like you mentioned, Rob. It's been a while, and is glad to share this time with y'all.
Yes, thank you so much for being here.
Mm-hmm.
With the pandemic, though, you mentioned the other day that there's strict things going on there. Can you tell us about that? Because we're here in Florida. We're here. Not knowing what's going on with the other countries.
Yeah. Well, I think down here in Costa Rica, it has been taken care of very well. I think there's a number that is going up. You see 20, you see 50, and such, like everywhere else. But I think overall, the people in the country has been contributing and has been very helpful and understand with that. It's we have a very good health system down here, so I think that helps a lot. And one of the other thing is that we also don't want to stop. The whole world doesn't want to stop, because that would be a bigger issue in the long run, right?
Right.
So like in the U.S. or like in France or like in Italy, everywhere, we just want to go back into a regular living and stuff. So one of the things that I've been noticing, maybe you have, and you showed earlier, Rob, was all the creativity going on with fashion designers and stuff. They have to reinvent themselves.
Yes.
Right? I have one particular piece here that I want to show from a friend of mine. Look at this thing.
Wow.
I mean,
that's beautiful.
Wow.
I love it. That's so elegant. That's an elegant mask. That's the first one.
Is that yours? Do you wear that one?
Well, no, it's for an editorial, but I'm gonna.
Oh, okay.
But it's from a friend of mine, Eddie Abarca. He and myself have worked a lot with different editorials. The same with Gio, which right now he's tuning in. He's from New York, an awesome designer. He's also been part of the whole project and stuff. So cheers to Gio. He's actually amazing.
Shout out to Gio.
Yeah. So I mean, I think as long as we reinvent ourselves, or we will prevail. We will move forward.
So is this true? Rebby Castro is tuning in. She says you're the best photographer in Costa Rica. Is that true?
Oh wow.
No. I never liked it. There's always someone better than you, and I guess, yeah, I'm just humble. I can't say that. But I enjoy photography a lot, and shout out to Reid for being here. But it's important to always grow and try to give your best, and and just get better with time. I think that's the thing. Maybe if you Google beauty photographer Costa Rica or fashion photographer Costa Rica, I might be #1. I don't know.
Wow. Yes,
And
I believe you.
You're in magazines as well.
Thank you. Inter Modelo magazine. Yeah, it's been growing. It's actually a lot for helping newcomers, new faces, and again, new designers, also photographers. I do a lot of workshops, mostly in Florida though, where we combine photographers and models and fashion designers and do like a fun day of shooting, with fashion and glamour and all that stuff. So yeah, intermodelo.com. You're all welcome to visit.
Yes, I saw. I had a chance to look at it earlier, and thank you for putting up the flyer on there.
Sure.
That was amazing. And we have another designer that's coming up right after you. We have a designer that's coming up after you. So I hope that you continue to watch backstage and check his stuff. Check him out a little bit. He's a good friend of ours. But DJ Tron's going to hit you with the question of the day.
All right.
All right. The question of the day is, what is your favorite movie and why?
Okay. So I have different ones, but if I can mention one right now that will probably, it's one of my favorite. It's my favorite movie, I would say. It's called Pay It Forward.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, Pay It Forward. I think it's something that we need right now. The whole world needs it. It's a way of helping others, and if you help that other person will help another person, and the chain goes on and on and on, and come back and flow around and lift everybody up. So I think I love that movie. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it.
So you guys, man, all of you guys got me now. I'm gonna be all this weekend. I'm gonna be watching all of these movies because those are great movies. That's a great movie, man. Man.
One question, Lori, did he do the personality?
He
quiz?
did. He did do the quiz. And I'm curious to hear from him if he thinks the results were accurate.
Very accurate.
Got the results. Yeah.
Yeah, very accurate. I was impressed.
Wow. Anything you were surprised about?
Well, the accuracy.
So can we share? Can we share? Is it okay? Can we know, or do you want to keep it private?
I don't have it in front of me, but if Lori has it, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to look up his, but I know that I don't remember what. Do you remember what artist you were? I don't remember what artist he was, but
yeah, Chalo Garcia.
He said his name.
Yeah, I don't remember because I have it on my other computer, so I don't remember right now. But it was so accurate, so nice.
Wow, no worries.
I'll share in the comment as soon as I'm
okay. Definitely, yeah. When you come off, go to Facebook and put in the comments so our viewers can see like your personality. And we got your information up here, and we're looking forward to working with you. I know we've been trying to get together for all these years, but we're definitely going to make it happen. We're glad that we could do it virtually, and thank you for coming on here and helping us bring our spirits up after this tough week that we've been having. And stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce.
Thank you very much, and thanks everyone that came to the channel today.
All right, take care, brother.
Bye bye.
Very cool.
Wow.
Very cool. So,
man, I'm getting hungry. Y'all getting hungry?
well, you know, cooking.
Tron, you hungry, Tron?
I'm always hungry. So,
Man.
with that said, we need to know what's coming up next on the food tip with Laquinta. Let's go.
Happy Friday, guys. It's your girl, Quinta. And today I decided to throw down some snow crab leg, a nice seafood boil. I love using a lot of ingredients when it comes to my seafood boil. And this is the finished product. Very scrumptious. So I hope everyone is remaining safe. Enjoy your weekend and continue to enjoy the show.
Thank you, Laquinta. She's always cooking something good, man. Wow. Party at Laquinta's house.
Yeah.
So I found his results. He was an INFJ. And what it talked about is a lot of his energy is that he's very intuitive. So it sounds like when he's getting ready to do his photography, he just goes with his instinct.
Wow.
Very good.
Wow.
Well, he's got good instincts too.
So he said, yeah. So he said that was accurate.
I see LaQuinta. I was just gonna say, I see LaQuinta. Hey, girl.
Yeah. Shout out to LaQuinta.
Hungry now because of you.
Yep, you got us all hungry. So, man. So once again, you know, if you're just now tuning in, we dedicated this show to peace and unity. We're dedicating the show to the America that we want to be in. We want this this world to change. We do have one more guest, but after this guest, my team doesn't know it. I'm going to share my story with the police. So I'm going to share my story. So I wanted to give everybody the opportunity to go through the show. You don't have to stick around. It's not political, but I want to share one of my experiences. All right. But before we get into that, we're going to do some more fly fashion, and I'm going to do a costume. I'm going to do a wardrobe change while we bring in our next guest.
All right, let's bring in our next guest.
Bibbidi bibbidi bam 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 bam. Oh yeah, say are the realest. From me born I bleed up, pride up, deep up in the flesh. And we bought up like a lion, yeah we fearless. We say forever fierce, boss 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 like a nuclear. Man rough up and then bulk up, so me must have to wear my zoo gear. Boss like bass snares, tough yeah we no fear. Man always fierce, so you know say we do the extraordinaire. VVS diamonds and Banshee shoes, no matter the price me wear. Foot on the gas, fast car thing with me pass. No say me always cross, any other rocks in my glass. No say we hotter than never put pressure. Now let's do business then pleasure. Only thing that me measure the sacks for me dresser. Yeah, wait, easy, no stress.
All right, let's zoom in on Rob real quick.
Smooth. See we got going on. So since we're bringing in Manny Mogel, we just wanted to give him a quick shout out. He's a designer. What's up, Mogel? How you doing?
What's up, my people? How you?
Good. So we just wanted to give you a quick shout out, man. We appreciate you for joining the show and being patient.
Thank you.
We see you rocking the Mogel logo right there.
Oh, you know it. You know it. It's a must.
Yes. And you are our 2018 Fashion Edge winner, correct?
That is correct.
So let's zoom in one more time into this jacket. This is, you know, he does all kinds of clothing, but I need you guys to see the details on this. It's a jacket that he made for me. Can you tell us a little bit about this jacket?
Yeah, that jacket is made out of brocade fabric. It is linen inside, and it's brocade outside. The roses on the actual jacket are puffed up. So pretty hard. It was pretty hard putting that jacket together, but we made it happen.
Three-dimensional. It's like three-dimensional. The flower, the flowers, the roses. I don't know if you could tell, but it's like almost three-dimensional. Like you see it, right? So it's amazing. It's amazing. And anytime this is the jacket that I will go to anytime I'm at a big event. I did gain about 15 pounds for the COVID-19, so I can't button it.
That's the quarantine 15.
Quarantine 15.
We gotta get you another jacket.
I can't button it right now. I just need to lose that 15 pounds, man. I need to lose that 15, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, Mogel, man. So you've been busy. You know, you've been busy. You also have a side gig where you work with dogs, right?
Oh man, I work with animals. I'm a vet tech, but I also I own Mogel Bully Camp. I'm actually an exotic bully breeder. So currently I have about 15 puppies on the ground right now, ready to go to new homes.
Wow. Do those dogs? Do they like cats? Because Chalo has a cat.
I mean, yeah.
Chalo has a cat problem.
If you don't raise them not to like cats, then you raise them together. They'll get along.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. The Chalo needs Chalo needs to take care of that cat. Chalo, if you're listening, Chalo. Oh man. So Mogel.
Bring the cat.
Oh man. So Mogel, what else? How you been handling this pandemic and everything that's going on with the COVID-19? We haven't seen you in a while, so just checking in on you. How's the family and everything going?
Everyone's all right. Everybody's low key. Everybody's doing what they need to do to maintain and keep the daily duties and living the regular lifestyle that we live. I've just been keeping busy, honestly, for the last 2-3 months. With the COVID thing, the puppies came into play at the same time, so it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough that it's happening now because due to the COVID, it kind of slowed down the business. However, I'm still pushing. It's no stopping.
Right. That's what it's all about. So this is one of the most talented people. So I know Charlo's backstage listening, and Mogel, after I bring you out, I want to bring Chalo in so he could take a good look at this jacket, and so maybe that when we work with him, we can link you up with him as well.
Definitely.
And as well as Londa with the mask and stuff like that. So and I got to shout out one of our beautiful models, Robbie Williams has been watching, and shout out to her. So hopefully we get her on the photo shoot, as well as San Trio and all of our fierce family. With this COVID-19, people haven't been working, you know what I mean? So hopefully we get some stuff going on so that people can get have things to do. Oh man. So DJ Trotty Blades.
You know the question. I'm my brother Mogel. Got a question. What is your favorite movie and why?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the old classic Scarface, man. It's just a classic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you gotta tell us why.
I mean, it's a classic. I was born in the 70s. It was a movie that was put out in the 80s. It was just it talked about it just the way he came from another country into the U.S. and tried to and basically took over the game. Whether it was that or whether it's the fashion, I couldn't relate.
Right.
Not in that aspect, but the hustle. Yeah, it's real. So ain't no stopping.
That's what's up.
He's definitely yeah.
Well, Manny Mogel, we appreciate you, Mogel the Don. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for taking your time to be with us today. And we hope that you and the family and the dogs stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce.
Of course, and same to you, my family. I appreciate you having us.
No problem. Take care, brother.
Have a blessed day. All right, same here.
Cool.
Bye.
All right. So DJ Trotty Blaze.
Yes, sir.
Set the mood.
All right, you gonna do it? Ready to do it?
Do it. I'm ready.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do because I got a song specifically for Fierce. This song is by Jay-Z. It's called "Change Clothes." Fashion, yo, fashion.
Appreciate you, man. That was awesome. I had to change. I had to take this off because I was suffocating. But I wanted Charlo to get a good look at it. So I promised Mogel that I'll bring Charlo back to get a good look at it and get his thoughts on it.
Look, that's nice detail.
Beautiful.
You see that? That's a lot of time. That's a lot of love into that piece.
Yes,
So
yes. This guy's a very talented designer, man. And yeah,
yeah,
so anytime I want to feel like a king, which that's the symbol, that's his logo, is a crown. You know, I put that jacket on and I definitely feel like a king. So
that's a
thank you for your
beautiful
feedback. Say that's a fierce jacket. Yeah, definitely, brother. All right. So thank you, Chalo. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank
And
you, indeed.
thank you for coming back and giving me your feedback on my jacket.
No problem. My cat wants to come again. So.
Your cat wants to come again. Does your cat want to meet Mogel's dogs? Because that's. I was just joking. I was just joking. Okay, I was just joking about the dogs, man. I was just joking. All right.
You.
Take
Y'all
care, brother.
Have a great day.
Bye.
All right. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Our show is officially over, but I like I said earlier, I want to share my story with what's happened in my past with the police, because it's been a rough week for me. And go ahead and zoom in on me. It's been a rough week for me, just as it's been a rough week for everybody else. And the stuff that happened with George Floyd, it was terrible. It was horrible. And unfortunately, as a black man in America, we have those experiences. I had an experience several years ago in Seminole County. It wasn't in Orange County, thank goodness. My experience with the Orange County Police and Orlando Police has always been cordial and great. Fortunately, at this particular time, I was in Castleberry. I was at LA Fitness. I met my mother at the LA Fitness to work out. I was an executive at a company, so I went in a suit. I met my mother. She was in workout clothes. We met in the parking lot, and as we were crossing the street, we walked in front of a squad car. So the guy in the squad car, cop, just stared us down as we walked in front of him. So I guess he was upset that maybe we jumped in front of him. We wasn't paying attention. I don't know. So I went in to change, and as I was halfway changing, and it doesn't get cold in Florida, but that day it was about maybe in the 50s. So it was cold enough. So as I was halfway changing, police officer comes into the dressing room, tells me to come out. So now I come out. I'm wearing half athletic clothes, half dress clothes. The whole gym is staring at me. And as I come out, I see my mother's also out. He just wants to run my information, and he's questioning me, and he's making me stay by the car. So now I'm horrified. I'm embarrassed. Most of all, I'm scared because I don't know what's going to happen. And I feel almost like less than a man because I have my mom there. So now I might get arrested in front of my mom for something that I didn't do. I don't want my mom to ever look bad at me. Nobody wants their mom to look bad at them. You know what I mean? And so after he looked through my wallet, he wanted, I can't remember if he wanted me to open my car, which car was mine, check the car, check the tags. And then he said, okay, you could go. So I could go. What do you mean I could go? What was that? What was that about? Oh, nothing. You could go. No, tell me, what was that about? What did I do? Why did you do that? Why did you pull us out of the gym? Oh, you fit the description. What was the description? Yeah, there was nothing. There was somebody that went into the bank and caused some problems, and you fit the description. So you saw us walk into the gym. I'm wearing a suit. My mom's wearing workout clothes. What is the description? Please help me understand. No, nothing. You're right. Whatever. So I did write a letter, a strongly worded letter to the Castleberry police, and I will say that they responded and apologized. You know what I'm saying? So I will give them that credit. But I just wanted to say, I wanted to share my story because that story, that could have went any kind of way. You know what I mean? If I had the right to be upset for being pulled out for not doing anything, had I not reacted the right way, had he been in a bad mood, who knows what could have happened? And I don't want to speculate. You know what I mean? What I do want to say is, I love police. We need police officers. I understand police officers, and police officers need to be tough sometimes, right? They need to be tough because if there's a situation when you need a police officer to help you, you don't want you want the toughest police guy, right? So we understand that. However, what I think needs to happen is that the police officers that know those guys that's in their unit that go over the line, that sometimes they have that tendency to be a little bit more aggressive than need to be, or to abuse the situation, those guys need to speak up. I saw somebody post something that says if you have 1,000 good cops and 10 bad cops, and those 1,000 good cops know about those 10 bad cops, then you really have 1,010 bad cops. So with that, I'm gonna just leave it like that. I think, I understand that they have a stressful job. We need them in the community, and honestly, I served in the military, so I understand. They're going to be on the edge sometimes, but we pay your salary. You're here to serve and protect us, and we're part of the community. So I just wanted to share that experience because I believe in peace, I believe in unity, and I love the beautiful movement that's happening right now, where all people and all colors and everybody is getting together to fight for justice, right? But at the same time, I can't be quiet because I think it's important for people to understand that it's always going to be different for people that look like me and Tron until something change. Is what I'm saying? So everybody could, hey, like I said, I was in a suit. I was a junior executive at a company, and clean record, in the gym working out, and it happened to me. And now I don't want to go back to that gym because I'm embarrassed. You know what I mean? Everybody in that gym thinks I'm a thug. So just wanted to share that story. Is too much going on. Too many people have feelings for me to be quiet and to act like it's not going on. And I didn't feel right saying that. So I wanted to share my thoughts. I hope we move through this together. I believe this time we will, because we need everybody speaking up. We need everybody working through it. We need everybody sharing their stories so that other people could understand, what's going on. There is other stuff going on, So that's it. All right.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
I just want to add, the show is over. This is just behind the scenes.
This is behind the scenes.
Something that you said is that you wrote a letter. And if anyone listening that can take something away from this, is that you're going to make change by using your voice. Write letters to your local commissioners, mayor's office. Be heard, because if you don't like what you're seeing, you have to be the voice. Going along with that is voting. That's not an immediate gratification, but those are steps that we can take together to make change.
Who, me?
No, I thought Lori was saying.
No, I was just nodding. I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's not my only story, but that's the one that I've had other stories with the police officers, from guns being drawn on me just for, being a designated driver and pulling over and stuff like that. But I'm not going to get into all of that because I'm not about cop bashing, and I'm not about the looting and the violence that's going on. That's nonsense. That's crazy. And it's outright stupid because it's not changing anything. You know what I'm saying? I understand that people are mad and angry. I'm mad and angry too. You know what I'm saying? But what Jessica said is there's a way to handle that. There's a way to make the change, and that's by using your voice. And, like what you said, the show is over. this is our public service announcement. And you know, thank you guys for listening. I just wanted to share that one because the thing that resonated the most is I was with my mother, and George Floyd was calling for his mother at that time. And I had a headache this whole week, you know, just thinking about that. So, all right, thank you guys. We love you guys. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce.